Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, the 23rd day of September, the first day of Chol Hamoed, outside of Israel. Here are a couple of laws for you, for general laws for Chol Hamoed. In general, Chol Hamoed is treated pretty strongly as far as not doing work. People sometimes confuse it and just think you could basically do whatever you want except write. It doesn't exactly work that way. It is true that the rabbis have allowed us to do many types of malachas. We do drive our cars, etc. But generally, we like to do those things if they're letzorech hamoed. That's the guiding principle. If you need to do it for the holiday, then sure, get in your car, drive to Chol. Get in your car and take your kids on a moed outing. That's also okay. But you see, the general principle is that you're doing malacha for the sake of the moed, and then it's generally considered okay. However, there are a few things that the rabbis prohibited, and they said even if you claim that it's letzarach hamoed, you're doing this for the moed. These are things. Some of these are things that you should have been taken care of before the holiday, and they wanted you to refrain from doing work during the moed, which you should have taken care of before the moed. Otherwise, the moed gets like sort of dumped on. Like, for example, your car was due for an oil change, and you're like, oh, I'm so busy. You know what? Chol Hamoed, I'm not doing anything. I'll just take my car for an oil change then. Like, that's not in the spirit of what the rabbis wanted to have happen. Okay, therefore, they said that some of the things I'm going to list now, I might do another one tomorrow, but these are some of the things that they said coulda, shoulda taken care of it before the holiday started. You're dumping it into the moed, and that's not appropriate, so don't do it. And here are the list of those things. We try to take care of our shaving and our haircuts before the holiday, and we don't do our shaving and our haircuts during the holiday. If you need to shave for work, talk to your rabbi about it, but generally the rule is we try not to shave. If you see me with a pretty clean shaven face here, I've just taken my last little trim here before I'm taping this on Erev Yontif, and honest, I am. I'm taping this on Erev Yontif to be ready for you all for Thursday, and I took my shave, which is going to last me through the whole Yom Tov. Same thing with haircuts. Same thing with nails. You should basically, if you're doing a full nail cutting thing, try to take care of that before Yom Tov. Same thing with your laundry. You hopefully were supposed to have taken care of that before the holiday started, and laundry should not be done during Chol Hamoed. Of course, if you run into some desperate situation, talk to your rabbi. You're not supposed to iron your clothes during the during the holiday, during Chol Hamoed. If you need to, there's a little spot that just has a crinkle on it. You want to just spot iron that spot, then the rabbis are kind of lenient about that. Gardening, well, you can only do the gardening that you need for the moed. We have right out here in our yard a couple of tomatoes growing, and they might just ripen up on Chol Hamoed. So if you're going to pick them out to put them in your salad in the moed, then yeah, you can pick them off. But don't plan on doing, saving all of your gardening for the moed. Some families actually take their kids apple picking during the moed. Plan to say to yourself that the apples that we're picking we're going to use for a big applesauce or whatever it is. I know that you may come home with more than you could consume during the moed, so speak to your rabbi about that. Probably you're allowed to say it's for the moed. I got a little too much. That's probably going to be considered okay, but do speak to your rabbi about that. Certainly not supposed to come home with truckloads of apples, to last you all the way to Hanukkah time. They won't last, but you know what I'm saying. So you could do that again for the Tzorach Moed because the kids need a trip. You can go fishing on the Moed. It's best if you're going to actually catch kosher fish based on where you're going to be fishing, and you might even have them for lunch or something. You could build a sukkah if for whatever reason you need to build your sukkah during Chol Hamoed, maybe because it fell down. You can do writing, but writing, you're probably familiar with that. It's supposed to be done with a shinui, with a change of some sort. like writing sideways on the paper, an unusual pen, first line sideways, or something like that, just to show that it's not your usual writing. General rule, again, is that only do things during Chol HaMoed that are needed for the Moed. Okay, thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more, and a good Moed to you. Bye-bye.